What's up, you guys? Sasha Boss here. And did you hear that noise? Yes. Did you hear that noise? That was a knock at the cabin. Well, I'm in my room right now, but this is my whole review of Knock at the Cabin. So this is a non-spoiler review of the movie Knock at the Cabin, the brand new Dave Bautista movie. So this is the brand new Dave Bautista movie. It's also based on a book. So this is my whole review of Knock at the Cabin. Okay, guys, so going into this movie, Knock at the Cabin, I was actually kind of looking forward to it. I kind of like casually watched the trailers and kind of eased my mind to get into it. When I finally sat down and watched the trailer, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a good movie. So if you didn't know anything about me, I'm a huge fan of the Umbrella Academy, and I love the apocalypse, and I also love a scattered wasteland, where the past kind of relies heavily on events that triggered to a post-apocalyptic world. So I love anything that has to do with post-apocalyptic, post-pandemic. I love anything kind of like that in science fiction. So it's something that really glues me down. It's my tea in the cup, if you will. So it's actually my cup of tea. And it's my cup of tea if you ask anything about this. Okay, guys, so regarding with that just being said, let's talk about the plot of this movie. So this plot of this movie follows two dads and a girl named Gwen. So it follows a dad named Eric and a dad named Andrew and their daughter Gwen on a nice quiet weekend or vacation in the summertime in a cabin in the woods, a quiet vacation in the woods. And all of a sudden, this guy, a mysterious stranger, comes to the cabin with four other strangers with all mysterious weapons that plan to discuss the apocalyptic news that's shattered around the world. So it follows that. So that's pretty much the whole plot without giving anything away. It's a very intriguing and conspicuous kind of film. So very conspicuous and very intriguing. Okay, guys, so that's the whole entire plot of Knock at the Cabin. So now, guys, to go on to the characters for Knock at the Cabin, we actually have a couple characters that we need to discuss, non-spoiling anything else. First off, let's talk about Leonard. Leonard is Dave Bautista's character. If you not know this already, I'm a huge WWE fan, and I grew up loving Batista. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, favorite legends. I think this performance for Dave is just an outstanding role compared to anything else you've seen him in. He takes a serious role and makes it into something very, very peculiar and strange, but also just very fun, and it's just a lot of fun to watch it on screen. He plays a guy named Leonard, who's pretty much a nerdy guy that kind of is like a teacher. He I'll give him away, but he's kind of nerdy and kind of snarky a little bit. But he is a massive dude. If watching him on screen, guys, I'm like, holy cow, he's massive. I forgot how big he was. I know I'm a wrestling fan. I should know that already, but I forgot the sheer size of him because there's scenes in the movie that shocked me because the size. So I'm not gonna give anything away about Dave Bautista, but this performance for me is Oscar worthy for him. He just really put on a really nice character that we didn't get to see from him for many movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Knives Out, for example. So this is something really intriguing for me as a big fan of acting. I think he just deserved an Oscar for this performance. Like, it was really well done. It was really thorough, and it was really nice. I love the character. Great job to Dave Bautista. Okay, guys. Our next character. Let's talk about Gwen. Gwen is the adopted daughter of Dad Andrew and Eric. Gwen is this little girl who's just having fun in the woods, collecting grasshoppers. Not really a spoiler, but she just does little kid things, which I thought was really cute. She's just such a darling on screen, and you really love this actress. She's a lot of fun. She's actually funny. She has a bit of sense of humor throughout the film, which is really nice to see. I just really like everything they did with the character Gwen. I thought they did amazing with Gwen. One is amazing. Next up, let's talk about the dads, Andrew and Eric. Andrew and Eric are both in a serious relationship. They're both husbands, which I thought was really nice for the LGBT community. I just really appreciate that. It's just a really nice thing to see in movies now, and it was really nice. They were a nice, simple, sweet relationship, just enjoying their summertime vacation until all heck breaks loose throughout the film. So it was really cool. it was really cool. So there's actually 4 other characters. I don't want to get into spoilers, but their names are Adrian and Rupert, aka Ron Weasley, is in this movie. I gotta talk to him about that in a minute. And then another person who's a nurse. So there's a nurse, and the nurse, I'm not gonna give anything away about the characters, but one of them's a nurse, another one's Adrian, and the other one is Leonard, and then Rupert Gwyn's character. So those are all the characters I can discuss, but they are very interesting. They're all interesting. They have all different serious quirks and things, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Those characters are a lot of fun. They're very puzzling, but I want more info on these characters. I want a little bit more, but I don't know. The movie really did a good job of illustrating this, and it really felt really realistic with some of the acting. I forgot to mention though, Dave Bautista was very down to earth with this role. Something you don't get to see in typical of his comedic roles and comedic relief. So you don't get to see too much of his down to earth kind of role. It almost felt like a little Tom Hanks at some points in the film. Felt a little Tom Hanksy, which was pretty understandable. Okay, guys, so those are all the characters of Nock at the Cabin. So now let's talk about things I really appreciated about this movie. Number one being Dave Bautista's performance. I thought he was outstanding, very down to earth. I really enjoyed his character, Leonard. Probably one of my favorite character adaptations he's ever portrayed on screen, because I love him as Drax. You know, I'm a huge Marvel guy. I like him as Drax a lot. But this one is something different, something I really wanted him to do more. It's almost how I feel about Jack Black as a whole. I really want him to be more of a serious actor. I know he's a comedic actor, but I really want him to have a little bit more serious roles. So I think Dave Bautista has a nice foot in his door for something serious that The Rock never really showed us. Because if you've seen The Rock's films, it's always the same comedic timing, comedic relief stuff. This one is a little bit more down to earth, and more geared, and more grounded. So that's one thing. Another thing is, I love the apocalypse. I thought it's a great timing. It just really feels like a grounded Earth. It felt really realistic. Some of the scenes I was sitting there, I'm like, whoa, can this actually be happening right now? And then I'm like, whoa, seriously? It really blew my mind, like, on how realistic this movie felt. It felt really immersive at some scenes, and I just love the cinematography. They really did a good job of practical effects. I think they used a ton of practical effects for this film. Like, I think the whole cabin is actually a practical effect. It seemed like a practical effect, but it was really nice. I just feel like you're just centered in this nice little was it a campground or cabin lounge? I don't know. Cabin yard? I don't know what to call a cabin. Oh, campsite? I don't know. But it was a really nice atmosphere, and it felt like you're in the fall in the woods. So it felt really home-like to me and really nice and simple. Another thing I really liked is the 4 horsemen characters, which are not really spoilers, but not 4 horsemen, the 4 people. I forget what I just said there, but so the 4 people right there, those characters are just really interesting. I really like each of them have their own little monologues and different reasons why they're there. I don't want to give into details on what those are, but they're really interesting. Their motives and characteristics are just very fun, and it just kind of shocks me about some of these choices you will see with these characters. Lastly, though, I just love the family dynamic between the dads and Gwen. I thought that was just a really nice, humble and kind of simple kind of feeling, which I thought was really nice, really nice. And also, I really like how they cut some darker scenes and then made them light with some flashbacks. So I know that's not a spoiler, but I need to mention that. So the movie's pretty dark, but it has some light scenes as well. Nice, humble scenes as well. Okay, guys, so that's all the things I said that I really enjoyed about Nock at the Cabin. So now, let's talk about some gripes I have with Nock in the Cabin. Number 1, Ron Weasley's character, Rupert. I really wanted him to have more scenes to do. I really wanted him to have something else to do in the film besides just be there. I wish they gave him more screen time, and I really wanted a little bit more with his character. I thought he was one of the most fascinating characters in the bunch. Number 2, guys, I wish this movie had a longer runtime, because I feel like we have so much more background and knowledge to gain from this movie. Even though it's an hour and 40 minutes, I just really wanted more back dialogue and plot twists, plot points that would really be key to pick out when you're watching this movie. Another gripe is, I really I really wanted a little bit more explanation on why the apocalypse is happening. Because there's no, I don't want to give a spoiler, but I really want an explanation on how this started and what happened. So I really want a prequel or something to kind of fill in the gaps. Other than that, though, really solid movie. Really solid movie. So, with this all being said right here, how do I recommend Knock at the Cabin? If you're a fan of The Umbrella Academy, Lock and Key, and The Last of Us, you would absolutely love this movie. It is a I think a Cinquantino movie, something like that. But this director, though, did a really good job with illustrating this movie and made it a really nice cinematic experience, and really felt like an Oscar film. It really felt like a nice Oscar nomination film. So I really felt like it's a movie for all apocalyptic lovers and family-driven dramas. And if you're a big fan of Dave Bautista, this is a movie to check out on a nice fall day or a rainy day at home or in the theater. So all in all, Knock at the Cabin for me is a solid 9 out of 10. So with all that being said, I am out of here. So please please leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know what you guys think about Knock at the Cabin. I thought it was a fun movie, a nice treat to watch in the theater, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to come out with this year. There's so many great movies this year, and Knock at the Cabin was one of the most underrated ones for me to see. And I saw it, and I'm like, it's not underrated. It's a really good movie. It's a really solid movie from the ground up, and you will surely enjoy it. Thank you, and see you guys later.